little bit afraid to implement it as our day-to-day can be pretty high volume. And with our menu changing every day, we were a little bit unsure of how the logistics would work on a delivery app on changing our offerings every day. But we use Square as our POS system, and they just started introducing a delivery service that is specifically through them. So we literally just had to turn it on. We don't have to change anything about our website. They outsource Grubhub, DoorDash, and Postmates when people place a delivery, and we don't have to do anything except fulfill the order. So it's been extremely easy, and I'm really excited that we implemented it because a lot of people have a difficult time coming to our shop during lunch, especially given their location. Even though our hours are 10 to 5:30, we're not open later, so people after work still have a hard time coming to us. So people have been ordering online, and it has been really exciting to see the response.
Yeah, maybe you gotta ship something to Tanis. That'd be the next thing.
Yeah.
International shipping. It's so amazing to hear. I think, one of the things that when I've thought about restaurants, it actually just confounds me how I don't have a mind for it, but obviously I haven't studied it. How, the creation, but then also, figuring out how much of the ingredients to buy and the right amount that you have enough, but not too much that's going to go bad. It just, I just find that mind-boggling. And then someone like yourself has that skill set is just amazing. And I love hearing about the creative process and the business growth too.
I'll definitely say that it was baptism by fire because I didn't have any experience running a restaurant either. I just had the belief of Ailey and Jim. They believed in me, and that, it was kind of just like a push off the cliff, like, you got this. And it was so much to learn in a small amount of time. Like I said, I could not have done it without my team. They have been with Ailey and Jim for a couple years now. They've been there a long time, and we just learned together because everything changed once COVID happened. All of our ingredients started coming from different places. We weren't able to get a lot of our product. So we had to just adjust. And I would say that's probably the best skill we took going into it, is just being able to pivot. Like on any given day, we can be told that we're not getting this, and we have to just not get flustered over things and just center and figure it out. Because we're just trying to have fun also at the end of the day and not take things too seriously. So we constantly are reminding ourselves that we're just doing this because this is what we love to do, and let's make it as fun as possible.
Mandy had a question for you.
Have you ever considered posting? What does that mean?
I don't get it.
Oh, macros for meals. I see. So we do actually we get this question a lot. The only difficulty that we have with posting the nutritional information is that our menu changes every day. So it's really difficult for us to gather that information when we're creating dishes every single day that are different. I would say that I am focusing on producing that information for our daily offerings, because we do have some offerings that we offer every day. Like we have nuggets every day, we have house salads, we have spring rolls or smoothies. So those are definitely a possibility for us to do that. I do think at some point legally we might have to in the near future. In New York, I believe they passed a law that every restaurant has to post the nutritional information. And it's definitely something that we'd love to do. It's not something that we are purposely not doing. It's just extremely difficult for us to do on our daily specials. But I think in the evolution of Elys, we would like to evolve to a more standard menu, possibly a sit down, maybe expand. And I think at that point, it would be easier for us to do that.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a good question. So you talked about like being mindful and all those different things. Like what is like a daily routine that you do for like mindfulness, for peace, like for the ladies that need help, like that want to like grow, or your spiritual type of stuff? What do you do?
The only thing that I've learned so far is that um, consistency for me is motivation goes up and down. So I do have times where I'm in a heavy flow of a routine. I do find in the times where I take just 5 minutes a day to meditate in the morning, my days go by a little bit more smoothly. Stretching at night is something I do with a lot at night with my husband because we're like over on a kitchen counter every day. And for 2 years, I've noticed a drastic difference in like my posture. And I feel like I store, like women, we store a lot up here and we get really tense. So just being able to like do the massage roller at night just in my upper back has been really, you know, life changing for me because I feel like if I don't, we're like damaging our bodies. But like I said, it goes in ebbs and flows. I'm either in like a routine where I am consistently doing something for myself and then I fall off where I get consumed in the chaos, and that's just me. And in my honesty, I do find that when I am in a consistent flow, I am able to see things in a better perspective, able to respond better. So I try to remind myself that I do love being in nature. So that's one thing that I try to incorporate every day. I planted a garden with my husband a couple years ago. So every day I try to spend at least like 20 minutes tending to it and just connecting to the earth and just walking barefoot outside and like touching the dirt. Like I love being outside and like just getting my hands in the plants. But I find that just movement, a little bit of movement every day and just a little bit of quiet time, like and stretching, like is where I'm at right now. Ideally, I would love like a huge like self-care routine, but my life's pretty chaotic at the moment. So, you know, it's the little things right now that I'm like holding on to and trying to implement.
Well, it sounds like even when you're cooking, like that, the description of what you're doing, it sounds like you're really like aiming to be grounded and mindful while you're doing it, like your whole team, not just yourself. And I love, you know, I get this impression that you're really cooking with love. And one of the things that I've been accused of by my partner Ovi is that is of not cooking with love because he believes it's a vital ingredient to a good meal. And I actually think I do cook with love, but maybe I don't cook that well. But
You
there's
know,
always love
we
is always
actually
there.
do like talk about that a lot in the kitchen. Um, we do feel like we can taste the intention in a meal, and we do have days where we're stressed or we're like something happened and we have to scramble to put something together. And you know, a lot of people can tell us like when we're taking our time and we're like all connecting and having a good time, that's when I see things move a little bit faster meal wise. But I definitely think people can notice when things are made with like a lot of stress behind them. Ailey was a really huge believer in the intention you put into food too. So even if my day's stressful, like I try to center myself before I get into the food because, like you said, I do think that the energy that I'm putting into food is passed on to the consumer. And that's also a big reason behind why I also eat plant-based is because of the energy put into the food as well. And like avoiding eating meat has been like it has transformed the way that I view food and like the experience of the plant or animal and putting that onto the dish. So energetically, I'm really proud of the ingredients we put in, but like I said, I'm just really grateful for my team because we could all like be having really rough days and our quarters are so small and we are like almost touching every day. So you can absorb people's energy really easily. But we all have like our own twisted sense of humor and we just really try to lift each other up or just, you know, give the person space to feel how they want to feel. And we try our best to support each other. I'm really grateful that I have a team that like can make me laugh every single day.
I was
And
going to
like,
say, it sounds like having fun. It sounds like you're having fun, and that's such an important part of anything, even when you're doing something serious, to bring that fun and a bit of playfulness into it.
and I,
Yeah, it's
hold
important.
up, someone said something to you. I don't know if you saw it. Uh,
Okay, so this is Bray, he's a customer, a loyal customer. He comes all the time. I believe he does wrestling, which is so cool. I love seeing his videos. But it says it's cool to finally hear your story. I love Elys2Go. It's my favorite local restaurant. You've been doing so great since taking over. I really, really appreciate that. It means a lot to have responses, especially to the meals. He responds every time he enjoys something, and it means a lot because we're putting out new food every day. So if people aren't telling us that they liked it or maybe they didn't like it, it's hard for us to understand if we should bring it back, or what changes we should make to it. But we really, really appreciate that, especially like the praise, because it's really easy to get like imposter syndrome. Like I've suffered a lot with that while taking over because I'm like, I don't know if I'm really that qualified to be doing this, or I don't know if like I'm doing a good job. Like Ailey and Jim were like really incredible with the business, and I'm a little bit